EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action. Young. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. When you look at this Bronco defense, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
They run over center with Mitchell. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. This defense for the Broncos, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
This is fielded at the 27. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now 2nd and 9. They run once more with Taylor. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
3rd and 3. Here's Nix. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Following the interception, Young under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Justin Simmons firing all the way in from his safety position.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Now Young. Short throw here to the tight end Bates. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Young off the play fake, out to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing Nix. Eluding the pressure right. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Into space at the 45, and he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I'm not sure that that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. When you look at this defense, they come into this one way down at number 23 against the run of the NFL.
And this game for them is all about the line of scrimmage. Winning that battle, using their leverage, being the low man with power to take the offensive linemen and run them back into their own backfield and try and create some lost yardage plays.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
To throw is Nix. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now it's Nix. He finds his man, complete. That's short. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there. 1st down, here's Mitchell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Ravens at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless. And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to fight. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And that will get out of bounds. Lucky there. They keep possession inside the 5. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run with Mitchell. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. On play action, here's Nix. Going up top. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Ravens are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. He'll buy some time right. That is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, with a minute 2 on 3rd down, you're a little off balance.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Young. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Ravens are able to widen their advantage. Tucker with the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing off.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Trey Palmer, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Let's go now.
To throw, Young. And Walker has it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Here's Young. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
He finds his man complete. That's Bates. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Here we go.
From the gun, a give to Mitchell. Stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
This 2nd and 4.
Ready.
Now Young. It's caught. Mitchell. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Touchdown! A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Ravens add 6 to their lead. Had the option there, read it perfectly, and an easy little touchdown toss.
And it has to be a sharp throw, too, because of where they are on the field. The extra traffic, things are condensed near the goal line. Good route by the receiver as well.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the 33, here's 2nd down at 7.
Set. 60 by 6. 60.
A quick throw caught by Rice. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Here we go. Set. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Off the play fake, Nix. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Here's 2nd and 10. Nix from the shotgun. He's going to try and go deep again. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
19 Tiger.
Back to the air with Nix. Flushed out right. Over the middle, complete. That's Franklin. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez to punt this thing away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Ooh, the juke. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Let's go now.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They go to the ground again with Taylor. Gets by him at the 25, and inside the 20 before he's brought down.
46 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. To throw, here's Nix. That's taken in by Franklin. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here we go.
From the gun, it's Taylor. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the left half, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Sanders is good, and that will close the gap down to 14.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
1 second, all that remains.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And some strong running. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought...
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Trey Palmer, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Young quickly to the flat and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. He finds his man, complete. It's Walker. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
2nd down and 3. Running left, here's Mitchell. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Third and 2. Young to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Got a say I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
That is caught downfield by Harrison.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
with career touchdown number 60.
And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to... to the 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
66 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Here we go.
Off the play fake, here's Nix.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing second and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like second and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a first down.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
A first carry now for Jaleel McLaughlin.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
Nix to the air. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Here we go, set. Go, Reed, go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. I guess we're at the point of the game where they do need to open up the playbook a little bit, start to take some chances down the field, but that one did not go as planned.
Yeah, these guys need something good to go their way, and they took an opportunity to take that shot there, but obviously that's not going to help. A tough play for them as they're trying to make their way back.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 32 that time. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
70 Lions.
A play fake. Now Young. That ball caught by Harrison. And running with power here. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 42 yards.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Mitchell.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Here's Nix. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Odafe Oweh showing off the pass rush skills. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got a man, complete. A huge play there for Denver, 41 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Back to throw. Nix. He finds Taylor. Complete. Oh, what a juke into space. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain. 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
A 3-score game here late. You could probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a 2nd and just a few inches left. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
Open man right side is Rice.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure you get...
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a 2-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go. So when you think about comebacks, it's happened before. Now, it hasn't happened often, but you've got to think to yourself, let's be the next great comeback story and play this one out.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Young off the play fake. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Roll, roll, roll.
On the handoff, Taylor.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And he'll go down at the 28.
96 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And finally wrestled down at the 11. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
To throw is Nix.
This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
Fourth down, 10 yards to go. They'll go for it. Here's Nix.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Little choice, Charles, but to go for it right there, and that pick six will be the icing on the cake.
Yeah, you don't know how many more possessions you're going to get, so really you're almost at the point of no options. Have to go for it. Bottom line, though, is defenders know that as well. They know you've got to throw the football. Had the right defense call, it will make a nice play on the ball, and that's all she wrote.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
2nd and 10. Now it's Nix.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
He'll get that complete to Franklin.
So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7.
19 Lions. 60 Mavericks. Go.
Throwing Nix.
He's going to let it fly. And it'll be intercepted. How did he stay on his feet? And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on all those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Baltimore, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.